Hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about finding that power within you to get bigger and better. Can you imagine yourself a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, being the CEO of an organization, or maybe having a beautiful family and you are just bringing so much power and rage into them, or even you can get that dream job as a bus driver. Now, bear with me for the next few minutes because I'm going to talk about ways which I use to cultivate my own identity, and from there, get into my power, get more money, engage more relationships which are more positive and fruitful, and have more clarity in my life. So stay tuned for the next few minutes and we'll start with the show. Welcome to Illuminate Disclaimer.
You are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth. What have you got to give to me? What I don't already give myself. You are driven by the
Hello, welcome. My name is Sydney, also known as Disclaimer. Welcome to my channel and please like and subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, if you came here, you probably thought, oh, this could be a good channel. Maybe you're going through something, or maybe you feel like you could be doing more into the world. So I wanted to use this time just to talk about ways that I improve myself, to see myself as that person who I always wanted to be. Therefore, I became bigger and better in my chosen reality. So this all started a few years ago when I was just going through a standstill. I was probably going through a dark night of the soul or something similar, but I was going through a rough patch and I didn't know what I truly wanted to do with myself. So the first thing I did was I closed my eyes and I envisioned myself in a scenario where I met an ideal version of myself. Now, if you watch Marvel, yeah, there's multiverses. That means there's different versions of you on different planes. So as a result, there is a version of you out there who is, don't know, much richer than you. There is a version out there who's more successful than you. There's a version out there who's less successful than you. And what I did with this exercise was I closed my eyes, I visualized myself, and I kind of astral projected because I left my body and I felt like I traveled to this version of me. Now, I had this prompt in my head, and the prompt essentially was, if you can see a version of yourself, which version would you be the most attracted to? And I closed my eyes, and for a while, I was kind of thinking, what things did I want, you know? And instead of that, I just thought, let me not think about the question and the words that's presenting, but let me give it an answer which is pure visualization. If you are confused, don't worry, I'm just going to explain it quickly to you. So I thought to myself, let me close my eyes and see this ideal version of me. And I saw him. And I remember seeing what he was wearing. He was wearing all white, like an all white shawl, something like this. And the way this thing was, I didn't just see this version of me, I felt his power. I felt that when he goes into a room, everyone turns around and looks. His hair was, it was irrelevant, you know, same kind of hair as me, but it was more free formed. He had like a gold kind of chain that was across his head, and he didn't say things, but he had a very strong glare. So you know who he was, you knew he was someone of importance before he even opened his mouth. Now, because I visualized him, when I came out of the trance, the dream, the projection, whichever word you prefer, I kind of thought to myself, what made him so powerful? And the biggest thing that came to me was the confidence. The fact that no matter what this version of me did, he was just powerful. He knew what he wanted and he was not going to stop until he got it. So what I did was I got all those characteristics which I observed, all the clothes, even the subtle differences with the eye contact and the way he presented himself, even his hand movements when he was walking. I noted all these things down. I thought to myself, how can I be that person now? And yeah, it was very easy from there just to see the similarities, see the difference, and from there cultivate a plan of action to become that person. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, oh, Sydney, this is long, I don't know if I could do this, I don't even have the confidence myself. These things are not a fast process. These things don't usually happen overnight, because what you're doing is you're shedding away layers of your current identity and reinforcing it with an identity that you have observed or want to become. So don't worry, it will happen in its own time. Just keep on working on yourself and the powers and ability will come to you. Now, with me, it took about probably 3/4 of a year to just over a year to become that person. And I realized with confidence, you need to put yourself into a situation where you become more confident. So if you're a worker, try to get a promotion. Even if you don't want a promotion, act like you're that person who's going to get a promotion. Make sure you know what you're doing, even though sometimes you might not know what you're doing. And even if you go to the shops, make sure that you have the right posture, make sure you maintain eye contact, make sure that you smile at people, make sure that if you were looking at this person, what would they do, and observe that. Firstly, you get your observation, you let's just say you go home, you chill out, you take a bath, you relax, you have some positive affirmations so you can get into a nice state of calm. Then close your eyes for a while. This could be before going to sleep. This can be in a meditative trance. This could be you even turning off the lights. Once you do that, then comes the next stage. Just think about, if you are your ideal person, who would it be? It just might be a superstar. It might be a superstar. And you might have to stick your face onto their face. But just find the person who you want to be. I would say don't try to compare yourself to other people. But what you can do is observe this person's traits or characteristics and see how you can get to that level in your own right. The next stage is just to visualize it, see that person, and observe everything that you know about this person, the way they look, the way they approach themselves, their body language, what they're doing, how they're doing it, the admirers. Picture the whole thing. Some people do this, they have dreams that they are a rock star singing. Heck, 2 weeks ago, I had a dream that I was hosting a show with Shaquille O'Neal. And even there, I was like, wow, I am that person now. But if you don't feel like that person, just note and observe what those things are, yeah? Write them on a piece of paper. Make sure you know how to be that person. You don't have to be that person straight away or instantly, but just know how to become that person. Now, goes into the next stage, of course. Once you start noting the characteristics of this person, put yourself into situations where you become the main character. Now, this can be putting yourself in uncomfortable decisions or situations. This could be you going into a new career. This could be you trying new things. This could even be you just looking at jobs which align with you even more. But once you see that person, you have the visualization and the emotion starts to come, then the power of manifestation starts to work. And from there, you can start creating your reality the way you deserve to have your reality. And I'll say the final stage is observe the changes, the similarities, what you want to change, you are changing them. Note that down as well, journal, so you can look at the growth and see how long it takes. And that way, once you're writing it down, you can actually see the growth. When it comes to working out, for example, some people will stop working out after 4 weeks or 5 weeks, not knowing that you can't see proper gains between the 6th and the 8th week. Now, what I'm saying with that is some people give up before they realize their power. So observations is what helps us realize the subtle changes, which keeps us in a consistent mode to get to our best desires. Once you get to that, you can start also taking pictures of then and now, observing, and then just saying, look, this part 3 months ago, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Now I've got a job interview to be a management at the company that I want to work for. Observe these things, write these things down, because this will give you power later on when you have a couple of dips. We all have dips, but sometimes when we have the dips, we just stop. We just give up. Just make sure you observe, write down these things, articulate yourself very well, and what will happen next? Yes, you guessed it. You become that person who you always wanted to be. Till the next episode, please keep on finding ways to illuminate your path. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Take care.